years, you know, you can know the passage of time and things change, buildings collapse and are rebuilt, and so on. The Kaaba itself has been rebuilt a couple of times. So eventually it was moved to give people more space, because people are going to make their tawaf around here. You can make your tawaf around here as well, okay, the wider one, or you can go more narrow, close to the Kaaba, and you go around here, all right? So you can go between. If this was closed, then it would be an obstacle in the way. So that's why they moved it a little distance. You notice when I said the tawaf can go this way and it can go this way. What about this way? You're saying no, uncle, right? Well, why do you say no?
Nobody goes over there.
Nobody goes there, right? And why doesn't anybody go there? Because it is mentioned in our history books that this area should be considered part of the Kaaba as well. This area is referred to as the Hatim or the Hijr. It has two names, Hatim or Hijr. And it is said that this encloses an area that belongs to the Kaaba. But when the Kaaba was constructed, according to what we find mentioned in the book, when the Quraysh people, before the birth of the Prophet ﷺ, or rather before the Nubuwah, before he received revelation, when the Quraysh people constructed the Kaaba, they did not have enough materials to finish it up to the end. So they made it smaller. So this area marks off what should have been included in the Kaaba. So that's part of the Kaaba. So if you went through here, then your tawaf is not complete. You haven't gone around the whole thing, you've gone through it. All right? But when you have gone around it, you'll finish your tawaf, or at any other time you have spare time, if you wanted to, and if you find your way in, you can actually go in there and pray. And that means that you have prayed inside the Kaaba. So that's allowed, and you will see that some people go in there and they pray. If you happen to go in there to pray, just pray quickly and move. Because other people want to, you have thousands of people there, and some people go there and they want to sit down and they want to read Quran, and okay, you could be crying your heart out. That's great. We love to see that. But give other people a chance as well, right? You have to be kind to other Muslims too, right? So, in any case, you can go in there and you can pray as well. So there are a lot of other things here. Let me see. So the black stone, the door of the Kaaba, we mentioned that. There is a gutter. Okay, some of this is not so important. Why is it black? What's the black that you're looking at? If that's a stone building, the stone's black? No, it has a cover, right? It's closed with a black cloth. The black cloth, that's what is there. All right, so we can come back to some of the details if they're important, but I think we covered most of the important things. Now this corner is referred to as the Yemeni corner. The Yemeni corner. Why Yemeni corner? Because it's, in a way, this is towards the direction of Yemen. This is towards south. So they refer to it as the Yemeni corner. Other corners they will refer to as the Syriac corner and so on, Syrian corner. But this one is called the Yemeni corner. Why this is important for us is that when we're performing the tawaf and we come to that corner, if we can reach the corner, we touch it with our right hand and we say Allahu Akbar. If we can't reach it, we can't touch it, and we don't say Allahu Akbar either, right? But what we do is that, in any case, whether we touched it or not, as we going from that corner to this one, we recite Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar. Let's do it all together. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar. Who can tell me what it means? Let me get one of the young people here. Anybody below 18, tell me what it means. Oh. Okay. Anyone then? Anyone? What does it mean? What does this dua mean? Exactly. Precisely. Our Lord, give, yes?
Can I say in Urdu?
Yeah?
ओ ए अल्लाह हमें इस दुनिया की नेमतों से भी नवाज और आखिरत की नेमतों से भी नवाज और हमें आखिरत के अज़ाब से बचा.
Okay, good. I don't know Urdu, but I know she got that. I can see the flow, right? Exactly. Yes. Yes. I know she got it right. Yeah. Yeah. I can follow a little bit. Yeah. Oh Allah, give us the good in this life and the good in the life hereafter, and protect us from the fire of hell. Right? Adab an-nar. Protect us from the punishment of the fire. Literally that. All right. So I mean, I could hear these Arabic words, right? Akhirat and so on. All right. So that's what we recite at this point. What do we recite at other times? There is no specific recitation for the other times. And I see groups going and like one guy is reciting and everybody behind him are reciting just like we did now, like step by step. Now here in the classroom setting, it makes sense, like, you know, teacher, student, recite like this. But there, it doesn't make that much sense to do it that way. And in fact, to me, like it takes away from the devotion. Because you have to be in a state of mind, like a meditative state. You're walking around almost like zombies. I mean, that's not the right word to use here, but you get the idea that you're just simply part of that flow. And you're there, you're thinking about Allah Azza wa Jal, you're thinking about life hereafter, you're thinking about our low position in this life, you're thinking about how we've wasted our life, remembering the sins that we committed. You're asking Allah, Ya Rab, please forgive me. That request is coming from the heart, it's not coming from the lips. And the eyes reflect that, because the whole body and the mind and the spirit is occupied as you're walking around. That there is some wisdom in the teachings that are given to us. Like, why do you pray this way? Why do you make ruku? Why do you make sujood? Why do you make tawaf? All of this is for our spiritual development. We wouldn't have known what is good for us and what our ruh needs. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. Just like a doctor will prescribe, you need so much protein, you need so many vitamins and this and that vitamin and in that quantity. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us all of the ingredients that we need. And this is one of the ingredients, the tawaf. So during the tawaf, it's not a time for, you know, to repeat what somebody else is saying. That's the time for you to cry your heart out before Allah Azza wa Jal. So in your own language, whatever you want to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for, ask Him at that time. What I would recommend for you, because you know, some people have dua books, but you know, in the shovel and hustle and so on, sometimes you can drop your dua book, and then of course don't try to pick it up, because if you bend over, you'll be pushed over and trampled upon. Like, be serious about this. Huh? Take care at every step, because you're dealing with a large crowd, and as people are not paying so much attention to you. They're into what they're about. And a large group will come and they're trying to stay together because they're following the leader. Sometimes they come with great force, like a juggernaut, you know, they're going to come right through. And you know, they're going to push people out of the way because their group is going to stay together as a large force. So if you bend down to pick up something, you know, may Allah help you. Of course, if it's something valuable, get some help from your associates. You know, try to cordon off an area so that you can actually bend down safely to pick something up. But you don't want to take unnecessary things with you which can fall and put you in that need to pick up something. So a book of du'as may not be the most convenient. Something like this is convenient. Now this is half in Arabic, right? So if you read Arabic, fine. And if these are the du'as that you want to recite, great. But you may have your own du'as that you want to recite. So why not make a sheet like this for yourself, either typewritten or handwritten, and keep it with you. So if the sheet is dropped, then you don't have to stop to pick it up. Okay, you lost that sheet of du'as, but maybe you already know them because you took time to write them out, so it's very clear in your mind already. You can proceed without it, right? If you have 7 sheets, one for each round, with all of the du'as you want to make. Maybe one sheet has, I'm going to make du'a for everybody in the world. Oh Allah, make this world a peaceful place. Oh Allah, remove violence and calamity and distress from the world. Oh Allah, feed all of the hungry children of the world. So you're making dua, right? That's your first round, one sheet, okay? Put that away, put it in your money pouch or whatever, or tuck it in somewhere, and you're going, next sheet. Or, to make it easy, have only one sheet, but fold it in such a way that you make it like into 4 parts. And then you have 4 parts on one side, and 4 parts on the other side. That's 8. You only need 7. 1 for each tawaf, right? 1 for each tawaf. So, on one, put all the du'as you want to make in your first tawaf. Okay? Like we said, as an example, on first tawaf, I'm going to pray for the whole world. Second tawaf, I'm going to pray for my country. Third tawaf, I'm going to pray for my community, my masjid, the Muslim community in my area. Fourth tawaf, I'm going to pray for my family. Fifth tawaf, now you go on to the next side, okay? So if this were, I don't want to fold this because it looks so nice, but if I had a sheet that I would fold, what would I do? Okay? So there's my letter size 8.5 by 11 sheet. Huh? I know it's not 8.5 by 11, but pretend. All right. So if I fold this, what do I have? I have 8 parts, 4 on the outside, 4 on the inside, right? So maybe first part, dua for the world. Second part, dua for my country. Third part, dua for my community. Fourth part, dua for my family. Fifth part, dua for all those people who requested me to make dua for them. Because you're going to Umrah, you will meet your family and friends and say, please forgive me because I'm going to seek the forgiveness of Allah Azza wa Jal. So they're going to say to you in return, nothing to forgive, but you make dua for us. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Omar. MashaAllah. Always do the best. Thank you. All right. So, make your own sheet. First part, dua for the world. As an example, you decide what you want to make dua for. Second part, dua for my country. Third part, dua for my community. Fourth part, dua for my family. Fifth part, dua for those who have asked me to make dua for them. Sixth part, I don't know, invent something, what you want to make dua for. Seventh part, keep that for yourself. This is the time, this is my last tawaf now, right? The 7th tawaf. I want to make dua for all those things that I wanted. Okay, if you have a long list, start from number 6. Alright? So start from number 6, make dua for all those things you want. Ya Rab, give me righteous children. Ya Rab, give me halal earnings. Ya Rab, save me from going into haram. Ya Rab, protect my children. Make them ulaman, hufad and qurra. Make them leaders of the ummah. Ya Rab, protect my grandchildren. Oh Allah, make Canada a place where we can easily practice your religion. Ya Rab, save us from discrimination of all kinds, and so on. Okay? So make those du'as. You don't have to put them all in complete prose form, just point form. Right? What do I want to pray for? End of discrimination. Righteous children. So put just note form. When you see that, at a glance you will remember. Then once you have written it, maybe you don't need the sheet anymore because it's in your mind, because you've practiced, you've written them down, you've read them over a couple of times, you know what you're going to do. Because that time is precious. You don't have a lot of days. It goes by very quickly. And the tawaf, you only, this Umrah itself, you're only going to be doing once. You'll have more time. When you're done from the Umrah, later on in ordinary civilian clothes, you can go and perform more tawaf. Okay, you can make more du'as. But you're not in the same state. When you're in that state of sacredness, the dua is going to come out with more passion and with more meaning, and it will be more effective, inshallah. All right, so that's what you want to do. Get your own little, that's your little dua book like that. Okay, it's easy to hold. Unlikely for you to drop it. If you do drop it, it's not the end of the world. You still know what you're about to do. Okay. So I'm going to move on then very quickly because we have to finish this presentation and pray and then have our lunch, right? So, are you guys feeling tired? Yeah? Is this whole thing getting too boring? Are you feeling tired, my little boy? All right. How about if you drink some water? You think that's going to refresh you a little bit? Do you have some water at the table? Drink some water. Drink some water. Okay? Let me continue very quickly then. So where are we? So the talbiyah, you're going to recite. When you're in ihram now, after you have put on this garment, you're in the sacred state, you're going to start reciting. labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. It means, in response to your call, O Allah, I perform Umrah. Here I am, O Allah. In response to your call, you have no partner. In response to your call, all praise and blessings and the ownership of all that you created is yours alone. You have no partner. Okay? That's what we're reciting when we say labbaik. So now, this is a powerful statement, because it means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put out a call. In fact, this is mentioned in the Quran in the 22nd chapter, that he inspired Ibrahim alayhi salam, saying to him, وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ, that announce among humankind to come and perform the Hajj. And they will come from every deep ravine, riding on various mounts. They will come. And we are now coming. And we are saying, labbaik, oh Allah, you have called, and I'm here to respond. It's a powerful statement. People have fainted. In our history it is mentioned that people fainted when they said labbaik, because they're wondering, what if I'm saying labbaik, here I am, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, but you in particular are not welcome. So it is a privilege to be there. And we have to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gives us the opportunity to come there. We might say, okay, because I had the money and I had the willingness and whatever, that's why I'm there. But for other people too may have wanted to come here, but for some circumstances in their lives, they're held back. They're not there. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us that chance to be there. So it's a powerful statement to say, labbaik Allahumma labbaik. So let's do it together. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. Let's do it step at a time. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. So here we are. Shabir Ally does this nicely. Here we come, Allah, here we come, no part. Here, help me out, guys. Here we come, Allah, here we come, no partners do you have. All praise to you. See, the kids are laughing at me because I can't get it right. All praise to you. The universe is yours. Here we come, Allah, here we come. Okay, it's not exactly that, but you know, he's put it in his own way to make a song out of it, and it's very beautiful. Okay, let me see if I can do it right now. Do it with me. Here we come, Allah, here we come, no partners do you have. All praise to you. The universe is yours. Here we come, Allah, here we come. So that's what it's about. That's what it's saying, okay? Labbaik, Allahumma labbaik. Here we come, O Allah. We are here responding to your call. Labbaik la sharika laka labbaik. Again, here we are in response to your call. You have no partners. La sharika lak. You have no partners. Labbaik, here we are again responding to your call. And all praise and blessings and ownership. Inna alhamda, the praise. Wa ni'mata, all of the bounties. Wal mulk, all of the dominion belongs to you. And again, la sharika lak. You have no partner. So I'm going to move on then. Okay, tawaf. So we already did this. It says here to read this niyyah, but as I mentioned before, you don't have to read the niyyah. But now you already know what you're doing, okay? So we already explained what you do there. So I'm going to skip this. So the first three, you're going to do this, putting the garment underneath the right arm for the guys, exposing the right shoulder, showing your muscle a little bit. All right? So do some exercises before you get there, guys. All right? Okay. And it's called Al-Ittiba in Arabic. But you don't have to remember that that's what it's called. You just have to know that that's what you do. All right? So you do that for the first 3. And this is just basically showing what we already explained, how you start the tawaf and you do it. The action of going the first 3 times with the garment underneath your shoulder is accompanied also by a kind of show of bravado. Okay? So it's called ramal. That's what it's called, ramal. Again, it goes back to the practice of the Prophet ﷺ and his companions wanting to show the Quraysh that we are strong. And that registers for us that actually in our religion, we don't favor weakness and so on. We favor strength. We want the Muslims to be strong, eat healthy, put good things into your mind and body, be strong, be wise, be leaders in various fields. Don't be on the receiving end, be on the giving end. So Muslims should be strong as much as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will allow them. So exercise and do well. Of course, having said that, I have to keep my tummy in a little bit, all right? So the tawaf, we've already said that you can read any dua, but at least you know some dhikr, right? You know this, for example, Subhanallah walhamdulillahi wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. So you know all of that. Let's read it all together. Subhanallah walhamdulillahi wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. Or you can do it severally. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, Allahu akbar. It's the same thing, but we did it like severally, and you all know that. So at least you can make those dhikr as you're going. You don't need a leader to be reciting dua and then you recite behind them, because I've seen people doing it. There's no life into those duas. People are just, there's a Allahumma, and it's just like they're in a parade or something like this. It doesn't feel like they're making dua. So make your dua and make it sincere for Allah Azza wa Jal. And if not dua, then recite one of these dhikr, one of these azkar. If not that, some short surahs. Qul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu samad. Recite that, right? Okay. And the tawaf, we already did this. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. When did we recite that, guys? Anyone? When did we recite that? From the Rukn al-Yamani, right? From the Rukn al-Yamani. How will you recognize the Rukn al-Yamani? First of all, you will know that you have gone around. Let's say this is the Kaaba, right? Let's say this is the Kaaba. And you're going to start your tawaf here because the black stone is here. All right, so there is a line on the ground, okay, different color. There is it. There it is. Thank you. Yes. So they've removed the line from the floor and the light. Okay, so there's a green light. There's a green light. When you look up far, you will see there's a green light. So that green light will give you the green light. That's where we start. All right. So you're going to start here from the black stone. We're going to go around. And Brother Omar is standing where the Hatim is, right? So we're going to go around. So when we have gone around, this corner will be the Yemeni corner. It's the last one before you get back to the starting point. And the cloth is cut out in that area. It's a little cutout in the cloth, so you can see the corner exposed. It's exposed so that people can't touch it if they were within reach. But don't try to get within reach if the crowd is too thick. Stay from where you are. You don't raise your hand or anything. Now you recite, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. All right. And we already saw what that means. So you do the 7 circuits in the same way. To start the second one, you're not going to say Bismillah this time. You said Bismillah the first time. The second time and every subsequent time, you only say Allahu Akbar and you keep going. Right? And now, to end the tawaf, you do istilam one more time, and you say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd. That's at the end. That's at the end. And let me see if that's in your guidebook here, in your guide. Okay, why am I going ahead there? Okay, we're about here. Okay, so is that in the guidebook? Is in this guide card? Okay, so you'll find it later on in your guide card. Okay, so that's at the end. Okay, so then uncover both shoulders. Uncover both shoulders for the fourth round onwards. For the uncover. Therefore, you cover both shoulders with the upper portion of the ihram, and then you at the end of it all, you're going to pray 2 rakats of prayer. Where are you going to pray it? It's recommended that you pray it near the maqam of Ibrahim. But you may not be able to get there, depending on the conditions, the crowding and whatever. Anywhere in the Masjid al-Haram is okay. You can perform it anywhere in al-Masjid al-Haram. Then the next thing is recommended that you, this is the maqam of Ibrahim here. You see, some people are praying here. But sometimes it'll be so crowded that people are walking all the way around and you will not get a chance to pray so close up there. You might pray somewhere at the back here, or maybe not back there, maybe even back here, maybe farther away, somewhere in the masjid is okay. Then it is recommended that after that, in going there, if you know this you can say it, but it's not essential to say it. وَاتَّخِذُوا مِن مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلَّى. That's from the Quran, where it says, take from the place where Ibrahim stood as a place of prayer. So, in other words, we are fulfilling that instruction from Allah, and we're conscious of that. So just keep that in mind, that when you go to pray there, you are actually fulfilling a command from Allah Azza wa Jal, right, to do that. And that's mentioned in the Quran in the 2nd chapter, the 125th ayah. You can read that for yourself later on. Now, so I'm going to get past this very quickly. The next stage is that you want to go into the well of Zamzam, which is actually underneath. So you take steps going down below to drink from the well of Zamzam. Now, they may not allow you to get down. Again, they have to manage crowds, they have to make sure people are safe and so on. So they may not allow you to get down. But the water of Zamzam is available on taps. They have like some vats of water and taps leading out of them, and they have disposable cups. You can get disposable cups. They also have some aluminum cups which are chained to the whole contraption, so because people will take away the cups. Can you imagine that? People will go take away the cups. And they went to make Hajj and Umrah, right? But they take away the cups. So the cups have to be chained. In any case, you can use one of those, or better yet, if you use one of the disposable ones, because you're in Canada where you're not accustomed to being exposed to too many elements. So maybe you get exposed to something your body is not accustomed to. You get sick. So to protect yourself, use one of the disposable ones. Now, the disposable ones are usually found where they have they have little canisters of water containers, like water coolers, and they would have like 2 stacks. One stack is the one which people have already used, and the other stack is the unused ones. So I don't remember, how do you tell? How do you tell which are the used ones and which are the unused ones? Like one is upside down. Upside down is used ones. Unused. Upside down is unused. And if it's turned, okay, and it has a plastic it still has the original plastic container. Thank you, my brother. Right? So get the ones which are unused, use it, drop it in the other side where they're collecting the used ones, because obviously they'll recycle these, and then you're on the way. It's recommended that we drink as much Zamzam as we can. And in my youthful days, I used to do that. I used to drink. But after a while, I realized that if you drink too much, especially at my age, then when I go to the next stage, I won't be able to finish. I have to go to the washroom. All right. So you drink in a way that suits your body and you know yourself. But let's recommend that you drink as much as you can. Now, when we drink from the Zamzam, we make dua. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan wasi'a wa shifa'an min kulli da'. Oh Allah, I ask you for beneficial knowledge, for a wide amount of rizq, and for healing from every disease. That's the dua we make when we drink from the Zamzam water. Now, you don't have to necessarily say it in Arabic. If you know the Arabic, fine. If you don't know it, then recite it in any language that you want. And it doesn't necessarily have to be this specific dua, but this is recommended. But you make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At every step we're making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because we're doing things which remind us of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the sacred sites where people like Ibrahim alayhi salam went and performed various duties. So at these points, it's most appropriate that we make dua here. All right? Some people think the most appropriate thing is for you to take selfies everywhere. And when I was in Malaysia recently, I read in one of the Malaysian newspapers, I didn't read the article, but I saw the article, and from the headline, I